So, Ivan, if you're here, I welcome you onto the program.
I appreciate it, Bob.
There he
Thank you
is.
very much
How
for.
are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Doing great. You're looking good.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just smiling and laughing inside of me because you just said this is the most ridiculous thing. And I know you were mentioning about the price. And I think you're right. I think you're correct. Because the amount of the life change that you can achieve because of this information, um, the price in reality, the person is going to put the price in their mind. So it is very ridiculous. So I love that comment. Thank you. Um,
How have you found this
and
information, Ivan?
oh well, for me personally, I remember seeing you for the first time back in 2012, and the first study that I actually started studying everything that you said. The first one was the success puzzle. And the success puzzle changed my way of believing everything. After that, I started assisting your conferences, Science of Getting Rich, Thinking into Results, and it basically changed my life forever. And there's a lot of things that I still till today I keep practicing and asking myself the questions to make sure that I'm in the right path of my goals because of everything that you taught. So thank you, first of all, because I know this is what you wanted in life, and for you doing this for I am is beautiful. Thank you.
Do you
Um,
know, this is the only company that I really work with. I don't work with another company. I guess I work with companies all over the world through individuals, but not actually for the company like this. When
Totally.
Alex introduced me to you, he introduced me to Chris, to Dave, to the various people in the company. Um, and I thought it was just another company until I got in and I took a look at what you guys are doing. This has got to be, you know, it's well known that your environment plays an enormous role in your own life, in your success. I think the environment you've created in IAM is absolutely phenomenal. It's mind-boggling, really.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's because of all the leaders, and we're all aligned in one same goal. And that helps tremendously. If the mastermind and on the top of the leadership, it is so powerful, and all starts there. So, I mean, Bob, I got a couple of questions here that I
Right.
got from from basically our group that
Yeah.
wanted me to ask you. I would love to do that. And and one of them, I'm going to start off with. I'm going to go. Some of them are. I know it's going to be. Some of them are very basic, but they help a lot when new people are getting started into all this amazing wisdom. It is when something's happen that appears to be bad. I automatically start thinking of the worst case scenario. So how can people change that?
Well, I'm going to show you. Scott, can you put the screen up? Here we go. Here it is here. There's the person, the mind, the body. Now, here's what we want to understand. When something negative happens and it comes into our consciousness, it's an idea, it's something that happened that's very bad. We want to understand that there's laws that govern the whole universe. And there's a law called polarity. That law decrees that everything has an opposite. If something's real bad, it's real good. If it's just a little bad, it's just a little good. If it's a long way up onto the top of my desk, it's got to be a long way down. If it's only a short way up, it's a short way down. Now, when we learn this law and we change our focus from here and go over here, then we start looking for the good in it. There is something good in everything. Now, the beautiful truth is nothing is either good or bad. The bottom line is everything just, hold on, everything just is. We make it what it is. When something happens, it just is. We make it what it is. We either look at the bad side or the good side. The law of polarity decrease. Everything has an opposite. There'd be no inside to this studio if there wasn't an outside. You couldn't have an up without a down, and you can't have a hot without a cold. That's what you have to do. You have to learn to take your focus and move it over here. The good. Look for the good in it. There's something good in everything. Thanks, Ivan.
That is
another one.
And another question that I have here is, whenever I'm about to make a decision, or somebody's about to make a decision, the terror barrier hits in, and basically we don't know if we're making the right decision or not. So how can we make sure that we're getting past this fear?
Okay, come back to the screen again here for a moment. You've got the terror barrier is a big barrier. What it is, it's the paradigm. It's this paradigm in here. It's the paradigm in your subconscious mind, and the idea that you've got is not in harmony with the paradigm. You've got to understand, thanks Scott, that you can just crash right through that paradigm because the fear is all imagined. It's imagined. Mm-hmm. You're imagining what bad could happen. Kick it out of your mind. Say what good could happen, because on the other side of fear is everything you're looking for. Joseph Campbell put it very well. He said, the cave you fear to enter is holding the treasure you seek. The way I look at those things, Ivan, is I ask myself, what's the very worst that could happen? Would I end up in the street? I don't think so. Am I going to starve to death? Will my family starve to death? No, that's not going to happen. So the worst thing isn't going to happen. What's the best that could happen? I could end up like you, Ivan. I could end up in the Chairman's Club. I could end financially independent with a beautiful, strong organization that goes to work every day all over the world. That could happen to me.
So powerful. So powerful. Another of the questions is, some people, when they have the option, right, of making multiple choices regarding anything, how do they know if they're making the right choice? Is it just a feeling, or what is it?
Well, it is a strong feeling, but what you want to do, you've got to ask yourself, what do I really want? See, want is the only prerequisite for making a decision. Ask yourself, what do I, don't ask yourself how you're going to do it. It's not where the money's going to come from. It's not where the help is going to come from. Want, if you really want it. See, wants come from the heart. They come from inside into our consciousness. Wants enable us to grow as individuals. Follow your feelings. Follow the heart. What do you really want? And then step out and do it. I've been doing this all my adult life. I just come from one terror barrier to another. In fact, when I decide to do something, if it doesn't scare me, I know it's probably no good. I'm probably going sideways. I'm not growing.
Mm-hmm. Very powerful. So it needs to scare you also.
Yeah.
It needs to make you help grow. All right. Another question is, and they say always, and I remember actually you said this in one of your conferences, is they always say results say the truth. But is this only about only financial results, or what other results is actually your success based on?
Results tell the truth about everything. Your relationships, it tells what's going on inside. Your relationships tell what's going on. People that are alone and lonely are not alone and lonely because they want to be. They're alone and lonely because they're not developed an awareness of how to develop meaningful relationships. People that are struggling don't struggle because they want to. They struggle because they haven't got it right in here. That's where education comes in. That's why your company's so successful. It's based on education. See, if we don't learn, we're going to stay stuck. We've got to keep growing. We've got to keep growing as human beings. It's an absolute must.
Awesome. So here's one of my questions personally. I remember success is realization, as I always say in Spanish, so progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So how did Bob Proctor measure progress? I'll have your question.
I measure it in dollars and cents. What I do in my company is one thing. I measured in the growth of the company. I have in my pocket, Evan, a gold card. I wrote on a goal card, Napoleon Hill tells you to do this. I wrote on a goal card in 1961 that I was going to have in my possession by New Year's Day of 1970, $25,000. I didn't believe it. The man that told me to write it on the card says, it doesn't matter if you believe it, write it anyway. He said, if you read it often enough, you're going to start to believe it. And when you believe it, that'll create the fact. You have to measure your results. If your goal, let's say your goal was to lose weight. That's not hard to tell whether you're going to win or not. You tell by the results you're getting. Well, it's the same with relationship. It's the same with your business. You can tell in your business by the growth of the business. Where are you at? Take a look at your check. That tells you how well you're doing in business. And if you're not earning any money, you're just not doing the job. If you are earning the money, then you are doing the job. Now, if you're not earning the money, that tells the truth about what you're doing. Go to someone that knows what they're doing. Go to one of the top people and say, tell me what I should do every day. Because that's what I did when the man gave me this book. He said, if you'll do exactly what I tell you until you find out that I'm lying or I don't know what I'm talking about. He said, I don't lie and I do know what I'm talking about. And that's the way it is here. If the people that watch this every week, if they'll do exactly what I said, they're all going to go to chairman. They know it, you know it, and that's what's going to happen. Results are very important.
So when you're we're talking about progress here. Is there a possibility that people, for example, they are progressing, but the results are not really showing it? Like when you're losing weight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Listen, there's powers around you that are always working that you don't see. We're dealing with a non-physical world as well as a physical world. Well, there's all kinds of things around us that are happening we don't see. So you can't take a look by, put the screen up, Scott. Okay. Let's suppose here you are here. And your results are here. And there, say, the goal is up here. Now, any given day you look, you may not see progress. You've got to give it a window of time. You've got to give it a week, a month, 6 months. And say, am I really making progress? Because what you're doing is you're creating awareness. If you could look down the road 6 months and see where you're going to be, not 6 days, you could be making progress and not realize it. Eventually, the right results will tell the truth. But not on a day-to-day basis, they don't.
So my last question is, when we define success, worthy, ideal. So when I started, and my whole focus was to make, honestly, just $20,000 a month. It wasn't about having huge results. And worthy, I didn't have a possibility of actually having a focused result on worthy. I didn't even know what that meant. When I'm talking with new people, and they're asking me the questions, they ask, well, how do I identify my worthy ideal? What would you suggest for a new person to identify a worthy ideal?
That's such a good question, Ivan. That was Earl Nightingale's definition of success. It's the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. You could be a business person, like you said, your goal was $20,000 a month. You had no idea how you're going to reach it, but that was the goal. If you are progressively moving in that direction, you're a successful person. You could be another business person that's earning a few $1 million a month, and you've got an estate of $20 million, but you're working towards $40 million. You're a successful person. Let's suppose you're a student in school, and you're getting a C and D average, but you're moving toward an A and B average. You're a successful person. Each one of these people equally as successful as the other. You've got to look at it over a period of time because you're growing towards your goal. If you keep your eye on your goal and keep giving everything you got, you're moving toward it. You just may not see the result each day that you're looking for. Be patient. Trust your leader. Do exactly what the leader says. He tells you in here, great leaders were all good followers. All great leaders first become great followers. If anybody is in your downline and they do exactly what you tell them, I guarantee you they're going to win. They don't even have to understand it. Trust your leader. Do exactly what the leader says, and you'll grow.
Super powerful. I appreciate it. Thank you, Bob, for this opportunity to be asking you.
I want to thank you for coming onto the call. I want to encourage everybody that can hear my voice, go to the company, find out what you have to do. See, I want to sign up for this Master Mentor program for 1 year. It's only $360. We don't sell anything at that price. I mean, that's the lowest price of anything that we sell. I'm going to give you a $500 program that you can study on your own. I'll give you a link, and you can go, and each one of these higher faculties will talk to you about how to develop them. What you're doing is developing your real hidden potential. You'll be so glad. Ivan, I want to thank you for coming on. It's been a real pleasure. It was a real joy for me to meet you. I remember very well meeting you, and you're a great guy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.